All right, welcome to 1.5, where we are estimating tips. Now, remember, your skill check is going to cover 1.3 and 1.5 combined. So make sure you also review the 1.3 lesson too. All right, so let's look at what we got here. So we're estimating tips today, and basically the key idea here is round the numbers to something close and convenient, and then estimate based off of that. So when we look at this first example here, it says Sean and his family went to a restaurant to celebrate his last day of school. When the bill arrived, the total came to $45.20. She knows they are supposed to leave a tip on the total amount. How much of a tip should they leave, and what is the total amount of the bill, including the tip? So we'll probably come back and answer this question a little bit later. But again, very similar to what we did in 1.3, but the difference is we are going entirely without a calculator, or we should be trying to go entirely without a calculator. Your answers on the skill check for these types of questions are not going to be the exact answer you'd get from the calculator. They're going to be the estimated answers that you would get through the process we're going to look through today. So it's very important you understand that we're not looking for exact answers to some of these questions. We're looking for kind of estimated answers. You'll see what I mean when we get to it. All right. So talking a little bit about tip, it says a common tip amount is 15% of the cost of the meal or other service. Since you don't usually calculate tip exactly, you can estimate the amount of a tip. All right. So here are kind of these steps, right? First, round the total bill to the nearest whole dollar amount. So if we look at our previous problem where we had 45.20, 20 cents is not going to make or break anybody. So we're going to round this total to 45 and tip based off the percentage from 45%, or $45 rather than 45.20. So $45, an even dollar amount, is going to be easier to mentally calculate than 45.20. So we're going to round to the nearest whole dollar. Then we're going to find the 10% amount by moving one decimal place to the left. We talked about this in 1.3 as well. And then kind of work around that. All right, so if we're going to add 15%, you're going to see that we're figure out what half of 10% is and then add that to the 10% amount. So we'll try an example here. You'll kind of see what we're saying. So we're going to estimate a 15% tip on a meal that costs $29.75. Now, the first thing that I would say, of course, is let's round this number. Round to $30, right? $29.75, $30, close enough, right? So mentally calibrate yourself to $30. Now let's think about 10%. What's 10% of $30? Well, 10% of $30 is going to equal $3, right? Because remember, you just moved the decimal place once to the left. So that'd be 3.0, which essentially 3.0 is 3, so $3. So 10% is $3. Let's think about what 5% is. 5% would be half of 10%, so half of $3 should be $8.50. So 15% is going to be the sum of these two. So $3 plus $1.50 would be $4.50. So this is going to be our estimated tip amount. Okay. So that's going to be kind of our process. It's going to be pretty much the same thing every time. Start with 10% for sure. We'll start, I guess, with rounding. Start rounding your dollar amount to the nearest whole dollar. Then take 10% of that and kind of use that as a base for operation and kind of work to find the numbers around that 10% value. Okay. Now, it's important to note that we're not going to calculate things like 13% in our head or 18% in our head. We're only going to calculate numbers like 10%, 15%, 20%, 5%. We're going to do it based on those. We're not going to have any of these questions that ask us for anything a little more troubling. So the convenient ones, 5%, 10%, 15, 20, those are going to be the percentages that we'll find. So, don't worry about anything other than that. This says a tip doesn't always have to be 15%. It can be more or less, of course. So estimate a 20% tip. All right. So Now again, we could round this to 40, but that's a little bit too much rounding. We're gonna round this to 39. So again, the goal here is to make sure you're doing this based on to the nearest dollar amount. So we're gonna round this to say $39. All right. So again, our 10% rule, 10% rule is going to be moved to the decimal place once. That's going to make this 3.9 or 390, right? So 10% is going to be $3.90. All right, but we want 20%. So 20% is simply going to double that 390. So be careful about how you double that. But think about, counting out these coins. You'd have 90 cents and 90 cents and $3 and $3, which combined would get you $7.80. So if you double it, $7.80. And there you go. So that's the 20% tip amount, estimated tip amount. Okay. So that's kind of our process. Going back to the original problem, with Sean, the family's bill of $45.20. How much of a tip should they leave? So it doesn't necessarily say which one to go with. But remember, for good service, we can do 15%. For exceptional service, we can leave 20%. Let's calculate both of them real fast. I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt, right? So let's try and do that. So 45.20, we're gonna round this to $45. Okay. And then 10% of that. So again, 10% of 45 is gonna be $4.50. Okay, because remember, you move the decimal place once and you're good to go. All right, so if I wanted to do 20%, we'll simply go ahead and just double that. So $4.50 times 2 would be $9. All right, but if we wanted to do 15%, I would need to know what 5% is and then add them together. So 5% of 450, that's going to be half of 450. So that'd be 225. So now 15% is going to be the culmination of these two. So 15% would be $6.75 when you add the 10% and the 5% together. So 20% would be $9, 15% would be $6.75. All right. So again, hopefully you guys are kind of following along with that process, and it's not too shabby. All right, a couple more examples. So if we got 54.15, so we're going to, of course, round this to $54. We're going to look for a 20% tip, so let's start with 10%. 10% again, moving the decimal place over is going to be $5.40. 20% is simply going to be doubling $5.40, which would make it $10.80. So there's your estimated tip amount. All right, very nice. Again, see, we're not doing this with a calculator. We're doing this basically with rounding and then moving a decimal place over. The most that we're going to have to do is like multiply by 2 or like divide by 2. That can be somewhat tricky, but doable. Definitely doable. All right, estimate a 15% tip on a $29 bill. Provide a range in your answer. I don't know what it means by provide a range in your answer. I know that that doesn't appear on the skill check at all. But anyway, $29 bill. So $29 is workable. We can work with this. So 10%. 10% of 29 is going to be $2.90. 15%, so is our goal. So we want to figure out what 5% is. We're going to take half of 290. So half of 290 is going to be $1.45. I think. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So then 15% is going to combine these together, which would make it $4.35. I don't know what it means by provide a range for your answer. Because this one, there's not really much to round or anything. This is the exact 15% as well, because we didn't even round the beginning number. So I think we'll take $4.35 to be good. Still don't know what provider range in your answer is. I'll have to look at the answer key version of this to see what they mean by that. But anyway, I know we can just calculate this regardless. So $16 bill, 15% tip. So again, we'll start with 10%. 10% is going to be $1.60. 5% is going to be half of $1.60. So that would be 80 cents. And then, so 15 is going to combine them together. 15% is going to be $2.40. And then I think we have one more. Yeah, one more. $55 bill. So 10% of that is going to be $5.50. So again, we're doing 15, so we want 5% as well. 5%, half of 550 is going to be, I want to say 275. And then combining these together for 15%. We're going to have $8.25. All right, that's going to be it for estimating total bill. I'm going to check real quick, though, to see what it means by provide a range for your answer. So give me a second to do that. All right, I just paused it and came back for a second. I know you guys didn't notice that because, anyway, don't worry about it. But anyway, I looked at provide a range for your answer. It's not really important. We get the exact answer anyway, but the range is kind of like a 50 set window that this is between. So like the range that they said would be between $8 and $8.50. So, and then for like this one, the range they provided was between $2 and $2.50. So like a 50-cent margin. And then for this one, they said the range was between $4 and $4.50. I don't find that to be relevant. It's not part of your quiz or anything, but just in case that bothered you, it bothered me. That's what they were looking for. Again, don't see how it's relevant. So stick with just finding the exact number like we did. And I mean, that's going to be good. That's all you're going to need for quiz, skill check, etc. So that's going to be it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.